Hey guys, it's Samayash. Today, I have an absolutely amazing replay for you. This is I'm not going to try to say his name. We're going to call him 6, because that's the only thing in his name I can pronounce. He's in his 1-2-1, and, well, he's on the map, Fisherman's Bay. Fisherman's Bay, for those of you who've never played World of Tanks, is the worst map in the game. Maybe Paris is a contender, but what they changed about Fisherman's Bay is horrendous. It's a very challenging map to play, and so whenever I see a replay on a map like this, I always watch it, because any good game is evidence of how to play this map. So 6 comes over here. He's in his 1-2-1, of course. He's going to come over to here, and basically he's going to try to play alpha damage games. What he's doing is not playing these bushes in any way I've seen before. He's situating himself right here. That's going to give him eyes on any heavies crossing, basically, and he's able to get shots in any medium C spots. So I think how he approached that opening is very strong. I'm going to try to copy that in the future, because I think it's what you want to do here. Now, E75 gets lit. You can see the second he sees him, he switches to heat. First shot with AP goes in. I think that's fine, especially because he obviously penned the first shot with AP. The second one with heat will pen because the guy's side scraping at too much of an angle, basically. And then a 51-20 gets lit. So with his opening position, he would have had shots in the 51-20, I believe. And I don't know how that one went in, but it did. But, you know, you can see it, generally speaking, should work. Now, 3 shots have gone in at this point. He's poking on the T25. This shot should kind of go in. If it went in, great. If it didn't, it's just unlucky, basically. You can see he's side scraping at this point. There's a 53 TP he might have a shot on. Most people would see that guy and think not, but if you looked at the map, he would have had a shot on the guy if he'd made a mistake. And he's checking the bushes. Now, the timing here, I think, is really important, because what's happened is he's waited to see what type of enemies are up here, and because he's waited for so long, a lot of the enemies are distracted, so he's able to get a shot to the 51-20, get 600 spotting damage with that shot, and now he should be able to kill the 51-20 or the T69. For whatever reason he shot at the T69, I would have probably gone for the, like, obviously he should have gone for the 51-20 and just verified that he could have hit that guy. Now, T69 fell back, and there you go, there's the T95 in the middle of the open field. So right now, 6 is spotted. Now, there's one already, and so he's sitting here, he's taking the risk that he gets clicked, but for the most part, not much can shoot at him. And you can see as the Super Conqueror pushes in, the Super Conqueror is the only guy who has shots, and because the guy's been so aggressive, 6 is able to just get these shots, basically. And you can see that shot goes in right there. He's got his second kill, and about 3,000 damage at this point in the game. Now, once he reloads, I suspect he's going to check the mid. Again, you can see he does, and he's just looking to see if he spots anything through the bushes. I'm not sure how it works, but this kind of gives you an idea of how people play this map if they come to this position. He falls back to get a shot on the Lorraine 40T. That one goes in, and he doesn't even get lit with that poke, so it's something to keep in mind. And then to get a second shot on the Lorraine 40T, he comes to this angle to make sure that one goes in, because obviously after getting hit by a 1-2-1, you'd fall back, and he's able to come over to this angle to get that second shot in. Now, he's coming over to here. This is going to give him eyes on maybe the T95, anyone who pushes in, and so on. And you can see the IS-3 is starting to push through the city. So from here, he's able to spot and shoot the IS-3. I think it's a really strong angle, because with a tank like a 1-2-1, you're only going to get like a quarter of a second to shoot at people, so the alpha damage of the tank is being used to its fullest effect in this position on this map. So you can see he gets lit. T69's not poking. There's still Lorraine in the mid. He pokes anyways, and that's a bit of a risk, but you can see the T69, he's going to give him a shot on the side of the turret. He's able to get that 4,500 damage. He hasn't taken a single hit up to this point. So really good game so far. Now, the enemy team is starting to push through the city, and his position is going to become all the more useful, because he played well enough in the mid such that the Lorraine will have had to fall back and isn't really going to be spotting him anymore. So he can actually sit here as the enemy team pushes through, because he won the mid without much fear of ever getting lit. So he's in these bushes, he's just trying to spot people that he can shoot, and then he's going to make the bushes opaque and then shoot them, basically, and play the standard vision game that every TD player tries to do but never manages to make work for whatever reason. So he spots the 277 IS-3. You can see the IS-3 is pushing in. He makes the bush opaque, takes the shot, 424 damage, so that's a low roll on this gun, but there you go. T95 is next. He's going to reload in a sec. This one, well, he's not got a shot. He's got a very slim shot on this guy. It's because there's a lot of buildings in this area, so these shots are often hard to make work. It's going to be a lot easier to shoot at people like the IS-3, but it's not like he has the choice of shooting at the IS-3 right now. So 2684 is in the open. He's just going to make the shot go in if he can. The IS-3, it's really good how he's not hyper focusing on the 2684, so he's looking for opportunities there, and then the T95 gets in the open. That shot goes in. He's going to pull in because I think he suspects he gets lit by the IS-3 right here, and because the Lorraine died to the Progetto in the middle, he's now able to basically play this position, which is even safer than it originally was, because he's not relying on camo, which is going to become worse as the enemy team proceeds to the right because the bushes aren't going to be as effective. So the second I say that, he falls back to try to spot the IS-3. This is great use of his tank. Gets 500 damage on that guy. 6,500 damage. Hasn't taken a single hit so far, which is incredible. The 268 is now pushing in, and he's still got a perfect flank on these guys. They're pushing in through the map. Because he controls the mid, he's able to suppress this entire flank, basically. So, gets a shot probably towards the 268 version 4 in a sec. Once that guy crests the ridge, it's going to be easy. If you look at the map, the T-95 is also lit, so he does that. He sees the guy at this shot. Does he take it? He does. It doesn't go in. The 268 is going to be an easier target because what these tanks have to do is that they're not American. They don't have the gun depression. They basically have to crest the ridge to the right. So T-95, that shot goes in wild, and then the 2684 is going to start poking the 277 as well. There's also a Karn, an AMX on that side of the map, and then if you look at the rest of the game, there's still an unspotted STRV, and the T-62A is on the other side of the map, basically not doing anything. So he gets a shot into the 268. Normally that would kill that guy, but this fucking thing blocks the heat shell, and the guy's luckily tracked. So this shot, really smart shot to take. It's going to go in, probably low rolls because the guy didn't die, and then he's going to continue to just stay in this position because despite the fact that he's done about 8,000 damage, because a couple blind shots, right? His team is still doing nothing. His team is down tanks, and his position is the most aggressive one on the map. So he rushes the shot to get the kill on the AMX with 30 ping, like it does go in, so that's great. He doesn't get spotted, which is really important. And then suddenly the STRV, who was unlit, gets lit pushing through the 3 lane. So he's going to get that shot. That's going to make him get spotted, and so he's going to fall back. And what's going to happen is no one here would ever be ready for it, because come on, like he hasn't been spotted in like 5 minutes. He's able to work this position and get lit once or twice. No one will be prepared for it. They'll have to make a snapshot, basically. So he's not getting shots on the 277 or the 268, despite the fact that I thought they would be poking, basically being bored. And, well, he moves over to shoot at the 62A. This is where you'd want to be looking at your map, trying to figure out where the unspotted tanks are. And the reality is everyone's spotted at this point in time except Artie. So what he does is he returns to his original bush. No, this is where he YOLOs the city. He YOLOs the city because this is the right thing to do. He's full HP. He's 7.5 minutes into the game. And at this point, if you can kill the one-shots in the city, it might give your team the opportunity to cap out or whatever. I think this is a fair play. He doesn't execute it perfectly, though. So he comes around this corner. No one's going to be expecting this from the city, in my opinion. Even if they were, he's a full HP like medium at this point. There's nothing they can do about it. So he's driving in. He's not spotted. He wouldn't expect this Karn to be here. Everyone should kind of be in K5 or coming back to base from K5. So he drives over to here. You can see the Karn doesn't expect it, just like I said. So he's able to get that shot. Now, looking at the map, the 268, for whatever reason, was ready for this, gets a shot. He has no support right now. So he's going to get the kill on the 268 version 4. And he has to make this work all by himself because the Leo PTA, the Karn, and the Barask are all pushing into the base to try to cap out. And he's being aggressive. He's got 1,400 HP. He has to make this work right here. So Karn is safe, but the Karn pokes. He's going to be able to get that shot. It doesn't go in. I have no idea why. I couldn't answer that if anyone asked, but it just doesn't go in. But because he fired, the Karn starts pushing in, and that creates the opportunity to maybe get the shot. And what's happening here is the Karn's blocking the T-95's shot. So he's able to poke and get that kill very safely because if he got hit by the Karn, it would absolutely be worth it. The main thing's just not getting shot by the T-95. Now, looking at the map, M53 behind, that's a big deal. He needs to shoot basically before he gets penned by the M53. The M53 rushes the shot and basically misses. He's lucky to get the kill on that shot. And now, because the T-95 somehow died to the Leo PTA, he's got the 277 in front of him. Now, here, he's fucked because the 277's really high HP, but the Leo PTA gets a shot into him. The guy's now got 100 HP. The PTA over to the left is 1,000. So at this point, it's just the Leopard's job to not bounce his shot off the 277 and avoid getting ammo-racked at the same time. And he bounces his shot. Luckily, the guy's not ammo-racked, but he should be able to pick up the kill. And then that's the game. So I thought that was fantastic. Let's just see that happen. There you go. 277 dies. And on a map like this, most epic replays that I've seen always take place on the north because it's a lot easier to play the bushes up here, in my opinion. But he played these perfectly, and it's a really good example of how to do that, basically. It shows you how you'd want to do it if you were in this map, and I certainly learned a shitload from this game. So let's go take a look at the end plates, and then we'll go from there. Let's go look at the end plates. He got 6 kills, Master Badge, High Caliber, Top Gun, 10,164 damage. So he hit a ton of blind shots, if I recall. That was 54k credit loss, 30 shots, 26 hits. Of all the shots he didn't miss, they all penned. So no bounces this game, which is amazing. And really, it was just a phenomenal game. I really liked how he played the mid. I thought there was a lot to learn from it. And, well, You know, if I learned something, most likely most people learned something. So I hope this video was helpful or enjoyable or whatever the hell you wanted to get from it. I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.